Korematsu vs. the United States by
Bobby. April.
Daniel.
Levi.
Mackenzie.
Fred Korematsu refused to obey the wartime order to leave his home and to report to a relocation camp for Japanese Americans. He was arrested and convicted. After losing in the Court of Appeals, he appealed to the United States Supreme Court, challenging the constitutionality of the deportation order. The Supreme Court upheld their order excluding persons of Japanese ancestry from the West Coast war zone during World War II. 3 justices dissented.
After the war, Fred Korematsu continued his efforts to clear his name. After ruling in Korematsu troubled journalists and civil liberties because it suggested that basic civil rights could give away prejudice and hysteria.
Congress enacted the Japanese American Evacuation Claims Act of 1948 to provide some monetary compensation to citizens who have lost their homes or businesses during the internment. Ultimately, in 1983, Korematsu succeeded in persuading a federal judge in San Francisco to set aside his conviction for violation the wartime order.
Congress recessed the internment in the early 1980s. In 1988, Congress issued a formal apology for the suffering and loss of property the internment order had caused, and in 1989 authorized reparations of $20,000 to each of the approximately 6,000 survivors of the internment camps.
Many of those who were imprisoned had been farmers in California who were pressured to sell at rock-bottom prices land that is now worth millions of dollars. In 1998, President Clinton presented Fred Korematsu with the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
And here's our resources.
Yay.